Should we go on a road trip? Huh? Welcome back to the Palm Tree Pack, everyone. So today we are actually going to be using the items that we used in our previous video on our road trip, and we will give you a working review on those items. This is Ozzy's first trip, and we're kind of nervous but kind of excited at the same time. He seems to have improved since we adopted him with being in the car, so this is going to kind of be an experiment for him. But as we are getting ready for this trip, I just wanted to share my personal tips that I have learned through the years of being a dog owner and just through research that I've done. Traveling with a dog takes a certain amount of preparation. It's kind of like having a kid, but different because they have different needs, but they still need food, water, and all of that stuff. So we'll go over all of those things. So let's get going, you guys. Always have your dog's name tag and rabies tag on their collar, and always keep their collar on while you're traveling. Tip number 2 is to always exercise your dog before getting in the car. That way they're more tired when you get inside the car. It's also important to take potty breaks about every 3 hours for your dog, just so that they're not uncomfortable. Always have a car seat or a seatbelt for your animal, just to make sure that they're safe inside the car. Bring a blanket and toy that smells like home. Let's go over our packing list. Treats, some wipes to make sure that their paws are clean, a towel if your dog gets sick, has dirty paws, or is wet from the rain, a full water bottle so that you can refill their water and keep them hydrated throughout the trip. Obviously, you'll want to keep some poop bags in handy in the car as well for obvious reasons. Of course, you'll want to have the collar for your dog, and it will be on your dog, obviously, during your trip. Keep a leash handy inside the pocket of the car seat if that's available, or just inside of the car. So let's go ahead and pack his bag. Everything that was listed before that is not inside of his bag will be packed inside of his car seat. First, we'll pack his blanket, then his sling for carrying him in crowds, then a diaper just in case there's accidents, 2 sweaters, which is optional of course, a harness, his favorite toy, and a bandana, which is optional of course. You'll also want to pack collapsible bowls. I packed 2 in the bag and then 2 in his crate. A bag of food. Some chews to keep them busy. I put greenies in there as well to keep his breath fresh. You want to add some treats in there. You want both calming if your dog has a lot of anxiety, also training treats to help reinforce them being in the car. Then we have wet wipes, of course, for their dirty feet, or if they have tears like my dog does, the tear stains, that definitely helps also. Pack a water bottle. If the bag is going to be packed in the trunk, also keep a water bottle in the cab of the car. Pack a roll of poop bags. Pack the towel also. Pack a hairbrush. A bowl for the not so pretty situations. I'm also putting a pillow in here, which is of course optional, but it does make the crate a little bit more comfortable for him. Now all together, what we're packing for this trip is his crate, his packed bag. Ozzy's in his bed and he's really quite comfortable. As you can see, he's not shaking too much. And I mean, honestly, we're really excited. He seems to be doing really well in his seat, and he actually jumped straight in the car, which is something that he's never done before. So I actually had to adjust the car seat a little bit. Seats don't go down in our car since it's a hybrid. It has that big battery in the back, which I did not know about. Michael told me, and I was like, well, that's news. But anyways, what I did though is that I right there and then brought it around here, and then that's the top of the seat. And then this right here is a little cup holder that pulls out. Tucked this bottom strap into this little cup holder thing that pulls out. So that way he's a little bit more secure in the bottom. But honestly, he seems really comfortable. He likes sitting on the arm of the chair for some reason. Yeah, he's just a weirdo. We got Chick-fil-A for lunch. Wow. that is really strong lemonade. I always get the wrap. It is literally my favorite thing, and then I get the fries, the waffle fries. There is something very magical about their waffle fries.
I don't know. You get a wrap anywhere we go. We go to the Firehouse Grill, you get a wrap. You go here, you get a wrap. It's just like, it seems like such a waste of a thing if you're gonna have somebody else make you food.
Honestly, in my opinion, Chick-fil-A is one of the best fast food restaurants. For one, they are the best, most efficient drive-thrus. When me and Michael got there, there was like a mile-long line, and we got 2 full meals. So honestly, Chick-fil-A, thumbs up to you.
Not sponsored.
Just huge Chick-fil-A enthusiast. I'm just gonna dig into this wrap because I can't stand it staring in my face anymore. Look at this. I tried to open it and it just like completely ripped. Ever so delicately. We're just taking a quick bathroom break, and Ozzy needs some water, so we're gonna give him some water here. Good boy. Alright, so we finally made it, and Ozzy did really well. He started to get a little anxious about an hour before we got to Boise. But other than that, that car seat worked really, really well. I'm really, really happy with it. Honestly, it helped his car anxiety so well. I'm gonna ask you to please excuse my hair. I have not done it at all today. I mean, we're just gonna be in the car and I was wearing a hat. Anyways, besides the point. The car seat worked so well. And honestly, it's worth $55 for him not to be anxious in the car. And I think between the treats that I gave him, because I just gave him just a half of one before we left, and then I gave him another half of one about 3 hours into the drive. So that definitely helped, and then the car seat just helped him to feel a little bit more secure. I'll put a clip in here, right here, when he met Joe and their reactions to each other. Joe was really excited to meet him. It was just really fun to watch them play together. As far as the car seat goes, I think that's a thumbs up and probably a 9 out of 10. I'd say a 10 out of 10, but I can't attach it correctly in my back seat just because my seats won't go down. That's not necessarily the seat, like the car seat's problem, but that is something that affects the usability for me with that product, so I would just give it a 9 out of 10 for that reason. But if you do have a back seat that does fold down, I would definitely suggest it 100%. This video is not sponsored at all, I just thought I'd mention that. Amazon does not know that I'm doing this, and this is entirely my money on all of these products that I got for Ozzy. Guess I'll just see you guys tomorrow. I have to hold him up a little bit, so I think next time I put it on, I'm going to tighten the strap a little bit in the back. But for the most part, he seems to be pretty chill. Ozzy made friends with everyone. He made a lot of new friends. He met a little chihuahua named Cammy. I'm going to film later when I have better lighting, and I'll see you guys then. We are back at the house. As I said in the car seat held up really good. Once I got Ozzy to sit in the sling the right direction, he actually didn't mind it too much. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and have dinner, and I'll catch up with you later. It's Sunday now, and we are heading back to the gun show. As you can see, Ozzy is still enjoying his car seat. I was able to use the sling a little bit yesterday, as you saw. We might use it a little bit more today now that he's more familiar with it. I hope so far this has been enough for you guys. The car seat has really been holding up well. As you can see, Ozzy's hardly shaking at all. If he is shaking, I think it's just because he's cold. After the first trip, I don't think that we really needed to use the anxiety meds at all, or the anxiety treats. Sorry. Beyond that, guys, I've been really happy with all of these products. The sling especially was really comfortable, and he sat on my lap most of the time in the sling, and he was really comfortable. He didn't feel like he was going to fall off my lap. So as far as that product goes, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And as far as this one goes, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up, honestly. I wish that it was a little bit less expensive, but I know that you have to pay for quality, so, I mean, I'm willing to spend a little bit more just to make sure that Ozzy's comfortable and happy. Ozzy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Weird dog. We are done at the gun show. It's Sunday. I did use the sling a little bit more today, and it actually worked pretty good while we were loading up the car to go. After a little while, since I wasn't able to carry him with my other arm because I was carrying other things, he began to get He began? That's not the word. But he started to get a little bit heavy after a little while. And especially when I was walking, he would kind of like bounce while I was walking. So that was kind of a problem. It was kind of tugging on my shoulder a little bit. But especially compared to the bags that I was carrying on my other shoulder, it was actually a lot more comfortable. The pocket on it was actually really quite convenient also, and it's all in really good shape. It's all hairy now, but works really well. So I'm going to give that product a thumbs up too, and especially for $19.99 when in comparison all the other products that I found that were similar were like $30. The dog bowls, of course, were amazing. He doesn't seem fazed by them at all. He knows exactly how to use them by like drinking and eating out of them. I'm really glad that it was a 4-pack because you think, oh, you know, I just have 1 dog, I just need 2. But if you're traveling or something, you kind of want to have 2 portable ones, and then you want to have 2 for the place that you're staying at, so you don't have to keep moving them. And then anxiety treats have helped quite a bit. I gave him just 1 earlier today because he was starting to pant and slobber a lot, and that helped him a lot. And he doesn't seem like sedated or anything, like he doesn't seem overly sleepy or anything when I gave him the treat. It just calmed him down and just put him at ease, and he was still social and very comfortable talking, well, not talking to other people, but, you know, interacting with other people who passed by the table. There was also the leash attachment that never arrived, so I wasn't able to take that on the trip with us this time. But as soon as I get that, I will definitely do what I can to give you a good review on that one. This weekend has been really great. I'm really happy that we were able to bring Ozzy because he was actually one of the most popular things at our table. All of the things that I got from Amazon worked really good for this trip, and I would definitely buy them again. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. It's officially 2 days since getting back from our trip to Boise, and guess what finally came in the mail? I'll just go ahead and open this up. Alright, so I just have you like tilted on my table. I'm just too impatient to try to set up something different. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is what we've been waiting 4 weeks for. So it's about the size of my hand, and I have really small hands, just so that you know. It's actually really quite small. has a zipper on the side right here. And it said that it can hold, you know, poop bags and then your keys maybe. It's literally just a pocket though, nothing special. And then of course it has this dispenser right here that you can put the bags through. And these little Velcros right here are what you're supposed to attach to the leash. And this right here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is for the poop bags that are used. So when you're still walking your dog and you're not like near a garbage, you're supposed to be able to hook it on this so you're not carrying it in your hand. Not quite sure if I'll ever use that, just because I feel like it's more of a pain to hook it on something than take it off without ripping the bag, and I don't know. We'll see if we'll use it. Let's just go ahead and put this in here. I got it around the same time when we got the crate that we're using in the video also. So if you're curious about that, I can give you the link to that in the description below as well. Like that. So far so good. Still a good amount of room. I wish it had held it tighter, I guess. It looks like it's a little bit reflective on this right here, but I could be wrong. But this is what it looks like with the bags in it, and we'll go ahead and attach it to a leash as well. I'm going to try to attach it just up at the handle right here and see if that stays there. Which way should I put this hook thing? Pretty sure you put it down. So there's Ozzy, here's the leash bag. And let's go ahead and see if we need to use it this morning. Looks like we're gonna need the bags, huh? Alright, so there we go. Ozzy's done. So that's as close as it gets to hooking on. It's not super secure, but we'll see if it hangs on. Come on, Oz. As far as the poop bags go, I feel like the dispenser was really good. The hook is a little bit difficult because it's really stiff, so I'm wondering if maybe just use will help with that. It's kind of a nuisance to put the bag on the hook, so I'm not quite sure if I'll use that too much. But for the most part, it's a pretty good bag. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and there's actually some playlists up there for other videos that we've done. So, I guess that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.